Hi guys, Righteous Raymond here, author of Gaslit, Escaping the Narcissist Pit. Today's video is about recovery. I am trying to encourage you all to recover, meaning to get back what was lost. You know how we talk about discover, uncover. We're talking about recover, meaning we're trying to get back again what we had. Now, you may not have it exactly how it was when you first lost it. It may not be the same. And first of all, thank God it's not going to be the same thing you lost. You want something better. Bigger and better, okay? More healthy, more functional. But this channel is not just about us relaying all the horrible things that happened to us when we were narcissistic, families, churches, relationships, friendships. We're talking about also, you all, how we're going to get out of that pit. Remember, my book name is Gaslit, Escaping the Narcissist Pit. So you see, this is like a pit. This is a deep, dark, lonely, cold, hard pit that you were in when you were with the narcissist. And we're going to, with God's help, we're going to, in each other's help in the community, we're going to pull ourselves up out of the pit. We're going to go to better places, okay? I love alliteration, PPP. And so in my book, I have a diagram here that I drew. Pit, plains, and peaks. We're trying to get out of the pits onto the plains just to catch your breath, just to recover, just to say, oh my gosh, what happened? You're trying to process what you just came from, how not to go back again, look for red flags, warning signs, and then you're trying to head to the peaks, okay? That's the book I think God really wants me to write, is from the pits to the plains to the peaks. But this is like a precursor book. And I have here, you see pits here, I can't read backwards. Pit is limited. Think about an actual pit. It's limited motion. If I'm in a pit, like I'm in this deep, dark pit, I have limited motion. I can't really get too far in a deep, narrow pit. Limited motion, limited sight. I can't see 10 miles east, 10 miles west. And if I'm in a pit, I can only see to the wall, which is usually arm's length away. A pit is symbolized by limited resources. You're not going to find a whole bunch of resources. You're not going to find a whole bunch of money, great friendships, opportunities, vacations, raises, and promotions in a pit, right? Not a lot of opportunities in a pit. Limited opportunities, limited resources, limited sight, limited motion, and crap and leftovers. If you have a flood or something like that, or a lot of rainfall, you get to a pit, you see a bunch of like cigarette butts, used, like napkins, even some diapers in there, empty to-go cups. Not a lot of stuff you want in the pit, a lot of crap and leftovers in the pit. But what we're trying to do is, with this channel, we're trying to go from the pits to the plains. What do you see in the plains? More motion. You can move around, you can run around in a plane, plenty of room to run around. You have more sight. You can see 100 miles east, depending on how good your vision is. You will see 20 miles east, 20 miles north, 20 miles south. More resources. You can go to any restaurant you want, any vacation you want, any school you want, any job you want. There's more opportunities when you're on a plane versus when you're in a deep, dark pit. More opportunities, more chances for promotion, raises, higher education, publishing a book, starting a ministry, starting a nonprofit. And then freshness and growth. It's fresh air. Fresh air can blow in a pit. Fresh air can blow in a plane, not a pit, in a plane, in an open field. Think of an open meadow, a field. Fresh air can just blow in and out of there. And things can grow. You see things growing. You see every season, spring, summer, you see things growing. You don't see stuff growing in a pit. Nothing grows in a pit. It's just mud. But when you're in an old stagnant water. But on a plane, you see grass, flowers growing in the meadows, and stuff like that, gardens, farms. So that's what planes represent. And so we're trying to get from the pit by telling these stories, bringing awareness, giving you red flags, warning signs, clues, and then we're trying to take you to the plains where you can experience more, a little bit. We're not just trying to talk about how bad the pit. We're not getting out of here to say, you get the pit, you escape the pit, you go to the plains, you're talking about, man, my ex-husband this, man, my ex-husband that, man, my past this, man, my past that. Do that too. Now share that. I just shared a entertaining video about a millionaire that tried to date me and got mad at me because I wouldn't give him no play. And I recorded a bunch of voice notes and I put that on the channel. So I do share examples of what I've been through. I put the voice notes on there. You got to listen to them. They're hilarious. How narcissistic this guy is. But I share stuff like that. So I share stories and excerpts. It's all in my book. But we're not just trying to say that forever. We're trying to make sure that once we share our stories, or while we share our stories, we're still on to recovery onto the plains. You recover on the plains, okay? You catch your breath on the plane. You get a break on the plane. You regain your sanity on the plains, okay? And then we head over to the peaks when we get We become all that God called for us to be. We have the best relationships, the best resources, the best opportunities. We help other people out of the pit. Now, let's talk about recovery, y'all. Recovery is something else. Recovery is not easy. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Once you leave the narcissist, you will have to go through a lot to recover. I'm trying to find, let's see if I can find the exact section on recovery. But I was talking until I find it. When you leave the narcissist, it will not be an easy recovery process. Because when you come out that pit, you're in the pit and you're like, what that just happened? Did that really just happen to me? Did my pastor really just do that to me? Did my mom really raise me like that as a child? Did my roommate really take that much money from me? You're just in amazement. You're in a shock. You're like, that cannot have just happened. I had to write that down. This book actually started out for me trying to write down what happened to me. Like, did that really just happen to me? Did those Christians really do that? Did those leaders really do that to me? It was just for me to make sure I wasn't being gaslit, okay? That's what started this book. It was a journal I started to write about my gaslighting, some of my gaslighting history. But then I began to recover. And y'all, recovery is hard. Again, think about those fires in LA and Pasadena. It's easy to lose everything. Believe it or not, a lot of a match, some fuel is gone. You don't have to do anything to lose anything. You have to do nothing to lose anything. But to gain stuff back that you lost, it will take everything. It takes nothing to be hit by a car and lose your activity of your limbs. You don't do nothing, just sit there and it happens to you. Just sit there and it'll just hit you and snap your neck. Nothing to do. You just leave your credit card out and take all your money. Leave your social security card, your birth certificate out long enough. They'll take your identity. You don't have to do anything to be robbed, to be raped, to be stolen from, to be abused. But to recover will take everything. Okay, there's a pain to recovery. Page 144, the pain of recovery. An excerpt. I will warn you, the recovery journey is one of the hardest things you will ever do. The reason is because while it takes nothing to lose everything, it takes everything to recover anything. For example, you can lose it all in a car accident, a fire, or a recession, but you did not have to do anything to lose it. It is all done or removed for you. Think of a person who was severely injured in a car accident. It requires no effort to release the steering wheel and to collide with the 18-wheeler truck. Again, losing requires no effort. But recovery is work. To go through 120 hours per week of grueling physical therapy to learn how to walk again is extremely difficult. So yes, losing is easy to do. It's sad, but it's easy to do. Recovery is hard to get. Very, very, very hard to get. In recovery, you have to collect the scraps that remain to build something similar to what you lost. Or else you have to start from scratch and build something totally new and unfamiliar. With recovery, you have to start all over again, knowing now that the people that you thought loved you did not truly love you. That you were living the last 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 decades of your life in a deception, which means that you will be going into the next several months in a mild depression. That nothing was as it seemed in your life. You have to know that. You have to go through recovery knowing that nothing in your life was as it seemed. Nothing in your family, marriage, church, or friendships, all those many years was what you thought it was. It was all a lie. It was all deception. In recovery, you're not in a coma letting everyone around you do everything for you. You have to ask God and a good support team to help you help yourself. That is hard. You have to choose to go through life for the rest of your life knowing the people that you love, that you were crazy about, never loved you. This ends on page 145. Recovery is hard work, but it's worth it. You don't want to stay in the pit just because, well, it's familiar here. I don't have to do a lot. I just have to sit here and keep losing. Do the work to get out of the pit to recover. Life is worth the living. It's worth it to get all the opportunities and range of motion and sight and reach your dreams and your goals. Don't let that narcissist win. Don't let them win. They already beat you up. They already tore you down. They already took advantage of you. Don't let them win. Do the work. Do the recovery. Escape the pit. Get onto the plains and head to the peaks. Thanks for listening, guys. Buy my book on Amazon. Bye.